Ni howdy everyone, I am back. This is another video. This is going to be a morning training session. It's gonna suck. And essentially what we're going to go over is just trying to find a structure to your schedule. Essentially just how to plan training around your schedule. Because a lot of people have been asking me like, how the fuck do you do it? How do you train and work and school and do all these other things? And it's just, if you go back to the previous videos, there's one where I talk about like what my training day and school day is actually like. But since I'm not in school right now, it's like a nice little 2-week break. My mind has been wandering and I have just been overthinking things. So I thought might as well just put it out there on video and talk about shit that I would normally talk to myself about in my head. So we're going to go off of schedule and we're going to try our best to kind of match that. And the way that I've programmed, the way that I've structured my schedule is that I would go to training and I would go to school. So these are like the majority, or these are the major things that I have to accomplish, things that I have to travel out for, and essentially just plan training around school because school is kind of non-negotiable. I have to be there. Attendance is your mark too, like, and then our minimum passing grade is like a B. So if you don't get a B, then you're fucked. So each percentage counts. You have to stack these wins, and showing up every day is rewarded with not losing any percentages. So that being said, I plan training around school and work. So on days that I have school, I will go to training afterwards. I'll do my best to, or I make it a priority to go to training. So I'll finish school at 4:30. I will go to train. The nice part about my gym is it's one bus away. So I get a moment to detox and try not to think about school, but it's really hard since school's just loaded with information. I'm trying to remember O's and I's and all these different pathologies and other things like that. So I'm like, okay, this 20-minute bus ride and walk are going to be for me to decompress, but I don't really decompress. I just think about more things because I'm a genius. It's another way I say I'm an overthinker. So I'm a genius. It is what it is. But I really do my best to think about what I have to do in training, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. A lot of the time I'm just like, why the fuck am I doing this? Or I gotta do this, or otherwise I suck. Here you can see I miss a couple of times, so I'm gonna miss this warm-up set, and it's gonna be pretty depressing because I have to move up after this set. So the one thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of just trying not to be discouraged or just trying not to make excuses. And when I miss this set here, I try to refocus the best I can. I try to think like, all right, I gotta get this weight up. What am I doing wrong? Is it because my chest isn't straight? Is it because I'm not using my legs properly? Am I using too much back? What is going on? So I try to figure shit out. I do take steps forward when I am catching. So it is kind of complicated in terms of I fix one thing, but the other thing, which is my catch, is not as stable. So we're really trying to figure things out and trying to correct best as possible. I think honestly, it's just my body is really sore. My shoulders are kind of tight. There are a lot of variables that go into just how I think about training and what I should do. But the biggest thing that I can give as advice is just to snap out of things, snap out of negative talk. Yes, you might suck, but at the same time, just try to fix what you can fix. We do move up and we go to 100 kilos and we do ace this lift, take a little step forward is what it is. But the biggest thing with these morning training sessions, because I do wake up at 5 for these, and then I try to be at the gym by 7 so I don't fuck up and, not go to work afterwards. So Friday is kind of my most hectic day because I wake up at 5:30 sometimes if I want to stay in bed. And then I eat as quickly as possible, make food, and get out the door, try to be there for 7. And sometimes I do take a long time to warm up because it is colder than normal. The gym is just fucking freezing, and when there is no class going on in the back, or if I'm just at the front and people are fucking walking in for class, my dick gets so cold, like it is insane. I'm just there foam rolling, someone walks in, cold gust of wind hits me, and I'm like, wow, I thought I released that muscle, but now it's fucking tight again. So I do my best to try to stay warm. At one point in the winter, I bring a heater and I just blast that shit on me. I have an extension cord and I'm just doing my best to stay warm. And then when I am actually warm, I'm like too warm. And then when I turn the heater off or step away for a second, then I'm fucking freezing again. So the hardest part training in the morning for the winter time is just staying warm and being warm for training, because coldness is the enemy. Sometimes it's good, sometimes you need the cold, but other times you're just like, fuck this shit. Why am I not moving as well as I can? Because I'm cold as shit. So I also miss a couple times here. We're gonna ignore that, but it is what it is. So Friday is gonna be a really busy training day for me, because like I said, waking up in the morning, getting my shit all together, fucking trying not to contemplate unaliving myself, heading to the gym, trying my best to fucking foam roll, get as loose as possible, being active, like trying to activate my muscles, trying not to be in pain, because usually in the morning is when I have the most pain. Like, I'm like, wow, DOMS is hitting, all this shit is hitting. And especially too, like sometimes on Thursdays when I just study a lot and then I have to fucking wake up at 5, I don't get a good night's sleep. So I really force myself to be in the gym. Sometimes I'll get 6 hours, sometimes I'll get 5, sometimes I'll get 8. It just really depends on the day before. And I do my best to kind of be disciplined with just going to bed early, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just can't. Sometimes if you don't have a good study day and you're just like, wow, I could have done more today, then that keeps you up at night. The memories of her also keep me up at night. So that's, my sleep schedule has been all over the place, especially during fucking final season. Final season was a fucking train wreck. I'm just there in bed. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna try to go to sleep now because I have to study. I have so many things to do. And then all of a sudden, oh, I remember when I was happy with her. I remember when we did this. Oh my God, Amazon photos? I do remember this day. Snapchat? Oh my God. A year ago, 2 years ago? Yo, fuck this, dude. Fuck this. That keeps me up at night. I hate that shit. And then there are all these memes on Instagram where it's like, you're looking back on, like, you're up at 3 a.m. looking at your phone, looking at all the messages that you sent and just wondering where you could have tried harder. And I was like, fuck. I did my best, dude. And sometimes your best, like winning's not loyal. You know that meme on Instagram where it's like, winning's not loyal. Winners will work as hard as possible and still worry that they'll be lazy. Like, it's all this shit where, you know, good discipline, good aspects to your life. It's, you really gotta really dig deep, like I said in my last video. And waking up at 5 is not for the faint of heart. It's just torturous. And you know what? I have a 2-week break, which is nice. So I can train on Thursday and decompress, but then I will have to go back to fucking waking up at 5 again when school starts, because I need to keep myself disciplined. And when I get back to school, it is going to be my last week of training, so it's not going to be as intense, but we're really gonna try to focus up, hit everything that we need to. I think Yana has something planned for me next week, which is gonna suck ass. I think my kind of last volume week, and then I gotta figure out my schedule because the gym is closed because there's a competition. There's so many things that I have to do, but the biggest thing for today is just planning your training and making them a priority, because a lot of people don't. My ex was like working at a job, and she was like, at the office, people are like, what do you like to do? And she's like, I like to work out. And then people at her office are like, you work out? How often do you work out? She's like, well, I work out like 4 to 5 times a week. And they're like, oh my God, that's a lot. And yeah, I understand that you might have family. I understand that you might have other things in your life that you need to kind of deal with. But for me, it's like, I stopped playing video games to have a relationship, to go to training, to stay disciplined, to do the best that I could do, to be the person that you wanted me to be. And so that was the biggest sacrifice that I had to make, because I do enjoy spending time with my friends, but spending time on the computer for like 8 hours, not 8 hours, sorry, excuse me, but like 3 hours, which is like a whole movie, when I could be spending it with my significant other, or actually planning a day to go out with my friends and just being there physically rather than playing video games. That was the biggest thing that I had to sacrifice. So I'm kind of happier now. I kind of do miss playing video games, but I'm gonna try to stay disciplined and try to focus on other things that I need to fix. So that was the biggest sacrifice for me. Something might be different to you. You might not play video games. You might be watching Netflix a little too much, but it is what it is. Try to multitask. I know multitasking sucks, but I watched a whole series of anime while trying to study for exams, and I got the gist of the story, and I enjoyed the fight scenes. So that gave me a little bit of a confidence boost, if you want to call it that. If you did want to up your gains, if you did want to speed up your progression, I find that pre-workout definitely helps a lot, and I have been an ambassador for Raw Nutrition for a while now. I like Raw Nutrition's pre-workout. It gives me the jitters. If you don't like the jitters, then they have non-stim options as well. But if you wanted to check them out, check out the link in the description. Use discount code CREANDREW10. Save 10% off your entire purchase. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna do my best to fucking edit all of this shit because I have so many videos and training never stops. So yeah, tune in, subscribe. See you later.